welcome back to my channel. It's Andrea, and today I have my 5th update for my 20 favorites in 2020 project. This was started by Just Some Makeup Pans, aka Denise, over on Instagram. There are a bunch of ladies doing it. Laura from Laura First has created a playlist of me, her, Rebecca, and Steph, who are doing it here on YouTube. So if you want to check out their videos, I'll have the playlist linked down below. But let's just get into it because this is kind of an exciting update. There's some empties. We're switching some products out, so let's get started. I'm just going to kind of go down my list. First is my Andalou Naturals face lotion with SPF. This was pretty much gone last update, but it is officially gone now. So I have another one. I love it, but I'm not, as I said in my last update, I rolled in something else in place of this, but we'll talk about that later. But this is empty. The next product I have that's empty is my number 7 Airbrush Away Primer. Because this packaging had such a huge air bubble, I did not realize how close I was to finishing it. But it is totally empty. I could not squeeze anything out. In fact, my last application, I probably squeezed out more than I should have because I'm like, there can't be that much left. And I probably had enough for like two applications left on my hands. But I mean, at that point, you can't put it back in the tube. So I just had a lot of primer on that day. But this is gone. I am not rolling anything else in its place. I do really love the Becca First Light. I mean, I love both of the Becca ones, but the purple one. But I am working on that in a different project, and I'm not gonna double dip, so to speak. So this is gone. Next is not an empty, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be an empty for next update, is my NYX HD concealer. You can see all of the windows that I have in it. I mean, I haven't taken the stopper out yet, but it's getting pretty close. Oh, of course, I forgot. So I've been keeping track of usage on all of my products in projects because I want to know how often I'm using something, but it's also kind of nice to know how long it takes to hit pan on a certain type of product or how long it takes to use a product up. So my Andalou Naturals, in the project, it took me 130 uses to finish up this tube. See this mark up here is where I started. This was not a brand new tube when I started the project, so I had even more uses than that, but 130 uses that I counted out of this. And this primer got 55 uses. Now here's where I love this primer, and I had only, actually, I think this was brand new when I put this in the project because I had used I knew I loved it because I had used like a deluxe sample size of it before, but I bought this and never touched it. So this took 55 uses to go through, and this is a $20 product. So I don't, as much as I like it, I don't know that I would repurchase it because that's just not a lot of usage for what you're paying. I mean, yes, it lasted me 5 months, but that's only because I was working on another primer at the same time. So I'm not sure how I feel about this now. I still really liked it. It worked really well, but I'm just not convinced that it's worth the use the cost is not worth the number of uses that you get out of it. This concealer, I used up 0.69 grams in the month of May. I used this, it says 26 times. Well, May, I guess technically May is not over yet, but I use this every day that I use makeup. So I do really enjoy this concealer. Now the next two products are my foundations, and the first is my number 7. I have my little makeup spatula and I actually scraped all the way down the side. So this is where it finally settled. So this is how much I have left. I've got like a little more than a third of the bottle left. I used that 11 times, and then this CoverGirl I used 12 times, and I used 2.01 grams of this product, and I used 2.89 grams of this product. And this is so close to being done, but these are starting to become too light for my skin tone already. So the number 7 definitely I'm going to put away until like the fall and winter, and then I'll probably roll it back in. But there's so much of this left that I really don't want to be wearing the wrong foundation shade all summer just to use it up faster, when I know if I use it up later in the year when it matches me better, I'll still probably be able to finish it. So this is going to get rolled out for now. The CoverGirl I'm torn on because it feels so light that it feels like there can't be that much left, but the way this packaging is, there is no way for me to know how far down in this container that the foundation is. So I might power through this one and try to finish it, because there's definitely less in here than in the number 7 foundation. But maybe, I think what I'll do for the CoverGirl is, if I haven't finished it by the end of June, then I'm also going to roll it out until my skin goes back to my winter shade, because I just don't want to walk around with unmatched foundation all summer long. So those two in their place, I'm just rolling in one foundation. I'm going to roll in my ColourPop No Filter foundation. This is in the shade Light 55. So I think, let's see. I'm hoping, well, this might even be too light for me. Damn it. I don't know. We'll see. I'll use it for a little bit and we'll see. I mean, this is my hand. My hand and my arms are much more tan than my face because I've been really careful about the SPF. So my face has a little color, but not as much. So it's not going to match my hand as well. But I'm going to put it in this project because I do. So when this first came out, I remember watching all the videos and all the Instagram things, and people were like caking this on. So when I bought it, I'm like, okay. And I did a full pump and I hated it. It was way too much. And then I just didn't touch it again. And then last year, I found the way to use it is I need to have a glowy or illuminating primer down. I need no more than half a pump. Half a pump is even still probably a little bit too much because this is a full coverage like matte foundation. And I need to use a sponge. So once I figured out the way that I need to use it, I really like this foundation. So I'm going to put it in. Hopefully the color is correct for the summer, but if it's not, I'll have to see what I'm going to do about my foundation. I might just have to put a shit ton of bronzer on every day, but okay. Next is my Opal mini highlighter from Becca. Can you see the use? I don't know. There's not really like a huge dip, but especially up here, it's looking disturbed. That's the best way to put it. I did use up 0.15 grams of product in May, so that's, I think, more usage than I've had on this pretty much the entire project. So we're just going to keep on keeping on with that. Then I have my Tarte blush in Feisty. I think I had Pan again, like in the center over here last month. It's kind of expanded around the ring part a little bit, but I've used 0.19 grams of this month. Like I pretty much use this almost every day, either on its own or underneath another blush in my New Decade project pan. So I'm really trying to finish this up this year. So again, just got to keep on keeping on with it. Next is my Natural Lust bronzer. Oops, I just dug my finger in it. It looks like this, virtually unchanged from my last update. I did use 0.5 gram of this, so I feel the way it's wearing down is really weird. I feel like the body of the peacock, maybe it'll be easier to see if I hold it this way. Probably not. The body of the peacock, like right here, seems to be getting worn away, but that's not really where I concentrate my brush, so I'm not sure why that particular spot is starting to wear down. But hey, pan is pan, so if that's the spot where the pan wants to show up, then that's the spot where the pan will show up. Oh, I totally skipped my third empty. Wow. I finished my e.l.f. powder. Yay! This was, again, I think brand new when I put it in the project, although I've used one of these up before, so that's why I knew I liked it. It took me 137 uses for this, which I don't think is bad because this is only $6. So that's a 4.5 months of daily use for a $6 item. I don't think is unreasonable. So once I work through more of my powders, I will probably repurchase this. Okay, and my 2 Super Shocks. I think I had Pan in the shade Truth last month, but I kind of repressed it. You can see I have double Pan because it was getting really, I mean, these are pretty old. It was getting really crumbly, so I spritzed some of my e.l.f. Mist and Set in both of these actually, and kind of like smushed it back together. Here's Sailor. You can see the nipple, so you know that Pan is imminent. I just have to use it more. But I did use both of these. I used Truth 7 times and I used this 9 times, so hopefully, and this weighs less than this. The Truth weighs 13.75 and this weighs 13.73. And this has like 2 pans and this has none. So I don't know what's going on, but I hope I can use it this month, especially since I'm going to start working again. So on days that I work, I do try to do a little bit more neutral looks. So I'm probably going to be pulling both of these out a little bit more than I normally would. So hopefully, my goal is to hit Pan on this in June. I want to hit Pan on this in June. Let's see if I can make it happen. I have my Maybelline eyeliner. It's getting smaller. I actually made it a point to use this more, so I used this 10 times in May. I'm gonna go to my little marks. Ooh. Right here you can see I had the most use from April down to May, so if I just keep on keeping on like that, it'll be done by the end of the year. I actually have it in my lower waterline today. I love using this when I'm wearing like orange looks because it really brings out the blue in my eyes when I do that. My Berry M Stardust, I tried making a mark. It's right, focus. Well, that red line is about where I'm at. I said it in my last video, I really need to work on this more. I only used this 2 times, but it went down by 0.16 grams. I did not use 0.16 grams of product. I think this is evaporating, so I need to make sure that I use this more before it's just like totally dried up. But I mean, there's not, especially because like all the liquid's evaporated out of it, there's not that much left. I mean, it's like down to here, so hopefully I can get this done before I cannot use it anymore. Then I have my ColourPop Just a Tint crayon in Chimichanga. I've made a lot of progress. Like you can see that it's pretty much totally flattened at the top. I mean, it's pretty consistent with what I've been doing every month, so I don't think I'm going to finish this by the end of the year, but that's okay. I just want to get some more use out of it. I'll do my rolling lip color. So it was my Luxe Liquid Lip in Prince Philip. I managed to use this 8 times, so I'm happy I got some good use out of it. It's a really pretty color. It does, I didn't notice this with the other liquid lips that I have, or the other Luxe liquid lips that I have from ColourPop, I should say, but this one really, and I'm not really complaining, I'm just making an observation. This one really stained my lips. Like, it was like a liquid lipstick, but then it left a lip stain behind. And it was a nice color, but then at the end of the night, like, then take off all my makeup and my lips are still all pink. But it pretty much faded by the next day. But I do really like this color. I love this formula because this is the 3rd one of these. Well, I only have 3, but this is the last one of these that I've had in the project. So, but that is leaving the project, and now I'm rolling in this lipstick from Revlon. The color is called HD Gladiolus. It's just a really pretty red with like a hint of orange. This is one of, well, I feel like this is really redundant to say, but it's one of my favorite lipsticks. I don't know why, this color just reminds me of my grandma, and that's why I like it. But I also am, as you can see, I'm actually wearing Chimichanga topped with like an orangey lip gloss today. But so, I mean, this color is just very much a color I enjoy in general anyway. So I'm gonna roll that in. I did mark it just to see. Here, I did mark it just to see like how much progress I can actually make on it for the month, and we'll see what happens with that one. 2 more lip products. My Revolution Boudoir lip gloss. I did make a mark, like I used the doe foot to kind of shove as much product down. So this is where it's settled at. There's not a lot left in here. If I keep being consistent, it'll probably still take me like the whole summer to finish this up, but this will definitely be gone by the end of the year. What is going on with my hair? Like, I don't even know. Got little wings or something. Then I have my Julep It's Balm in Blossom Pink Cream. There was not much change on this. I used it 8 times, but on the paper, like the way that I used it, it wore it down on one side, but not really on the top. So it didn't really change at all, but I'm plugging away on this one. So that's it for the lip products. Then I have my Frizz Dismiss, which again, very consistent progress. I still have like 3 months of use left on this, but considering that this is probably 4 years old, so it probably costs more than $22 now, but that's how much I paid for it. It's too bad it's not cruelty free, because I feel like that's a good value for the number of uses for how long it takes to go through, but I'll just have to find something else. But for right now, I am still loving it and I'm still enjoying it, and it's not going anywhere for at least a few months. My OPI, my good old OPI. This red mark, why won't you focus? Well, if my phone would ever focus on anything, there's a mark right here. I have not been using this much. There is no way in hell I'm finishing this up this year. My goal is just going to be to use it. No usage goals, no like goal lines. I just want to use it. And I mean, I'm glad I put it in the project, because it's made me, like, I think because of that, I've painted my nails more, not just that shade, but other shades too. I've painted my nails more in 2020 than I probably have for the last 3 years combined. So for that reason, I'm really happy I put it in the project, because I definitely need to get more use out of my nail polish collection. But I still love the color. It's just, I want some variety every once in a while, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to keep it in. I'm not rolling it out. It's going to stay in for the whole year. But as I said, I'm not even going to attempt to try to use it up, because there's still a lot left in there. And unless I'm like painting my nails with it every single day, I just don't think that's going to happen. So I don't want to put pressure on myself to be like, I gotta finish it, I have to use up half, I have to do this or that. I just want to use it when I want to use it and not use it when I don't want to use it. And then last month in place of that, the Andalou moisturizer, I rolled in my Bath and Body Works Aromatherapy Grapefruit Peppermint Lotion, which is probably like a decade old, but it still smells fine, Maria, so it's not bad. I'm not throwing it away. I used 11 grams of this, even though I only used it 3 times. So, and like I said, I didn't mark the bottle because I really like the bottle, and I want to, once this is empty, I want to keep it, so I don't want to like have Sharpie all over it. But there's only like a third left, so if I use it at least a couple times a month, by the end of the year it should be done. And then finally, the last thing that I rolled in last month, because I finished my NYX liquid eyeliner, I rolled in this Wet n Wild Mega Liner in brown. I used it 5 times and it went down 0.09 grams, so slow and steady. See, I don't know how to convert, I don't think you can convert grams to milliliters. There's only 3.5 milliliters in here. There's not a lot. So I don't think, I mean, I can't see in there. So I'm actually wearing this today. I really like it because I was on the hunt for a dark brown eyeliner and I found one, and then Wet n Wild had to go be dicks and not be cruelty free anymore. So now I have to use this up and find a cruelty free one. But I'm not bitter at all. But anyway, that is the progress I made. So I'm really happy that I have 3 more empties in this project. I know I've done like some roll-ins and some not, but I've finished 5. I've totally finished 5 items from this project. when Denise created this project, she did not create it as a rolling project. That's why I'm not really forcing myself to roll in something every time I finish an empty. For example, my e.l.f. powder. I don't have another favorite right now, and I'm not going to roll in a different category of product in its place, or like I'm rolling out the two, well, technically I'm only rolling out one foundation this month, but I'm rolling in one foundation in place of two other foundations. So it's just gonna be how I feel. If I feel like I have another favorite in the particular category that finishes, that will determine whether I roll something out or not. And at some point, if I'm down to like I think Laura is doing it where she was doing rolling and it was getting to be too much. So she decided once she got down to 10 products, then she would begin rolling again. I may do something similar to that, but it'll really all depend on if I have something in that category that I consider to be a favorite. So this project is going to be kind of all over the place the next couple of months, but the most important thing is I am using up and getting use out of things that I love in my collection, which is really, isn't that what like makeup is for? To use things that you love and make you feel good. So I'm so glad that Denise started this, because like a lot of project panners, I just kind of pick things that have been in my collection forever and maybe I don't really like it, and then the things that I do love kind of sit in the back of my drawer, kind of forgotten about. So I'm really glad to be working, despite what I may say at times, I'm really glad to be working on all of these products. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're staying safe and healthy, and I will talk to you later. Bye!